And we're off. It's time for us to try something a little different. I tried the rats because I wanted to play an off-meta deck in ranked, and unfortunately, the amount of Invoke Despairs I think we saw was pretty big. It actually got me to go out there and buy an extra one. I just couldn't really make this deck perform well. We got really close to two different wins that ended up not going our way because of constant barrage of mythic and rare cards coming our way. That's to be expected in ranked, by the way. I'm not complaining in any way, shape, or form. But we weren't really... This deck is just not up to the task at this point in the season of becoming the kind of deck that will help you climb in the ranked categories. And so we're going to try a standard play on a different build of this draw deck that I've got. I call this thing Teferi's Draw. And the idea here is we've got some turn 1 creatures that can become something greater than what a turn 1 creature should ever become, right? So a guy, as soon as there's something inside your graveyard, you can cast this spell, and you'll be able to get a 3/3 for 1 mana. Similarly, a 1 mana Delver of Secrets comes out, and if you can pick up a non-creature spell at the top of your deck and a non-land spell, so you just need an instant or a sorcery card essentially, he'll transform and become a flying creature. We are only using these as defense. I have no problems casting the first Delver of Secrets, using him to chump block some of the early threats that are out there, and casting a Cobbled Lance in turn 2 or 3. Probably turn 3, right, would be when that thing would come back out. All of that is A-OK, fine with me, unless we happen to have a Skystrike Officer in our hands, in which case we'll just take the extra hit, we'll throw the officer out there, and then he's going to poop out our little floor blockers every time we attack, which is great. The other thing that we could do is if we have a Trawler Drake, he's going to become a pretty significant threat pretty fast, because I don't know if you noticed, but not a lot of creatures running around in this deck. 6 of them are in the 1-drop slot, so only 5 other ones left, and all 5 of them are right here in these 2 slots. So getting a Trawler Drake out, getting a Skystrike Officer out is really more about getting through our deck in hopes of getting ourselves right here, right to the top of the line. Now, Jace can come and be cast as one of these 3 mana options, and if there's a threat on the board, like I'm trying to think like a Graveyard Trespasser, Phyrexian Obliterator, these things can help. They can help mitigate the damage. They can help mitigate they can help you draw cards. They can become just take a turn off kind of situation while you're trying to find your Mesmerizing Doses or your Blue Sun's Twilights, whatever it is that you need in order to get those back. Serum Snares will also help out a ton for some of those creatures that we can't really attack our way in. Ideally, we'd like to have something with counters, right? So that would be the Trawler Drake, the Jace, the Perfected Mind, the Mind Splice Apparatus, or the Teferi, or the most important hero of this entire deck, the creature that Teferi creates. So we have this like sub theme in this deck, which is about counters and proliferation. And the idea is if we can proliferate and draw 3 cards, if we can get the Mind Splice Apparatus up high enough that things like Silver Scrutiny just reset the line, or Flow of Knowledge costs damn near nothing, right? 2 or 3 mana to cast a lot of times. All of this should lead us into a ability to gain enough card draw that these types of removal spells are suddenly exactly where we need them to be, right? So like think of this as a temporary removal. You almost divide it by 2. Think of this as, again, a removal that proliferates, kind of works on both sides of the equation, affects the board at the top end, affects the, allows somebody to attack at the bottom end, and then even allows you to get the Reckoner Bankbusters in. If we can flip this out, or if we can flip this guy over, we can start using our Reckoner Bankbuster. But our number one goal here is, unfortunately, drawing cards, because we don't have 4 copies of Jace and 4 copies of Teferi. If we did, then the Bankbuster is probably not nearly as necessary in the category. So we could switch to we don't need the Ickermoon Gauntlet necessarily at that time because we lose it to Teferi, we gain it to Teferi. We lose it to Teferi, we gain it. Like there's a lot of positive things that can happen if we ended up with a few more of these creatures. And hopefully this Jace the Perfected Mind starts showing up soon because we're running out of cards in the set that we need to get. And so every day we get a new pack, and every pack we get a new shot at another Jace. So there you go. I think that overall this deck is a bit janky because it's not really a control deck, although there's a lot of controlling elements that are built into it. It's not really a card superiority, counter spelly kind of deck because so much of it is at the late side of things. But I just kind of think that this is a fun deck to use. I desperately think these are simple characters that go out. There's nothing tricky that we have to do except just manage their side of the board state. And so what we've got is sometimes like when I play soldiers, I'm just looking down at the bottom of the screen and just throwing my cards out there and then checking to see, oh, yep, they're still good, throwing mine. And I just don't care necessarily what they throw. In this one, the reason why I kind of like it is because we're really going to want to watch what they do. We're really going to pay close attention to when we spend our mana and how we spend our mana. And we're not going to start by spending a ton of our mana until we get a chance to see what we've got up against, right? As far as removal spells are concerned on the other side of the equation, I would expect we're going to lose a Sky Strike Officer or two. We're going to lose a Trawler Drake or two. We're probably going to lose some of these to ongoing attacks on the way in. And all of that's fine. None of these are our win cons. All of these are essentially gravy. If there is a win to be had, it's going to be coming from Teferi or possibly milled out Jace, but let's just go with Teferi. Okay. Teferi is going to toss down that 2/2 blue sprite, and we are going to then toss down a Flow of Knowledge, assuming that the Mind Splice apparatus is already on the deck. And somewhere between these two, we should end up seeing at least 5 card draws, so that immediately makes Teferi's 2/2 a 7/7. And that's better than most things in green. So, standard play, giving it a shot. Let's get a chance to see if everything that I said is just in my head, or is it something we can make real? Is it just in my head, or is it real? There's almost nothing more satisfying in this game than taking something from your own head that you kind of cobbled together and making it a reality and forcing your opponent to eat it. That is maybe the whole reason why we play the game on a daily basis. Good late game card draw, good late game card draw, good late game turn. Nothing here. I can't even cast this card. We're definitely taking a mulligan on this hand. Much better. We can interact with the board a little bit. We're probably going to lose the Visisurgeon's Insight on there. We're going up against an island. And a forest. And a rock forest. And this could already be over. But before he does a bunch of things, we're just going to... Alright, that didn't work. Dosing him won't work. He won't be able to attack, but he won't, unfortunately, do anything else. And we might be dead. Like I said, this is the kind of situation where if they draw perfect, there's no answers here. We'll dose him, I guess. I mean, we're going to take the hint, but at least it prevents them from getting card draw on there. And why not slip him out the back again? Yeah, it's over. I hate that this card exists. I'm not going to lie. The card is trash. It just doesn't allow you to play a game of Magic. When you get the right draw, there's just no way for an opponent to do anything, right? We threw 2 cards out there and we were at 5. We'll do it again. We're throwing a Cobbled Lance, unfortunately. Let's see. We're doing it again. Rot Priest on turn 1. Didn't get a hang up on a blue deck for a counterspell in there. That's really interesting. Is the game mad? Come on, one more mana, and then I can throw the Mind Splice out. I'm okay if you get rid of that. I'm okay. I can Serum Snare back my own creature, boost my Trawler Drake up 2 points, and go from there. If I don't get a mana, that's definitely the play, right? So I bounce my own guy back, he comes back out, I click the submit on there, and we all attack it. Good to go. We need one more mana just to get a Mind Splice. Interesting. Apparently, there is no such thing as a land. But 39% chance. Turn 5. Haven't gotten one yet. Or got one. We got one. The first one. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 6. 1 out of 3 you need? 1 out of 6 you get. Ah. As far as in here is concerned, there's just nothing. A land! A land! Alright, we really wanted the Mind Splice out there for several reasons, but the most important one being that now when we Serum Snare out, like the Unctus Retrofitter, we're going to gain something back towards it on the next spells that we cast. Weirdly, like, this only works on instant and sorcery spells, and weirdly, we have its fairy sitting over here. It's just weird. Just do the mill yourself. Mill me, I don't care. Please mill me. Yes. Did we get one of our... Nope. Oh yeah, we did. We did. We're good. Alright. Good. We're going to stick you in there. Bin that. Click submit. Good too. And then the question is, what's more important right now? A Skystreak Officer that will poop out 1/1s and create nice little things, or 2, in which case the Immobilizer in there won't be able to affect it that much. And I think I'd rather just do the ground game. I think that the ground game works better. So weird that that guy has that card. I have never had that successfully played against me once. But leave it to this game to figure out exactly who it needs to be. Yeah, we just sacrificed the Delver. That's fine. Still need one more land. Interesting. Not what I expected. I would like to remove an immobilizer. The thing about the immobilizer is it removes itself, so. Oh my god. Why would you do that? Oh my god. Yeah. I need a massive card draw spell right now. No bucks. Need a massive card draw spell. So I'd like to survive this attack. I could chump up the immobilizer. I'm going to get tapped down on the... Damn. Handled, my friends. Absolutely handled. Absolutely handled. I guess that happens. I guess he draws the perfect card 100% of the time, and you don't. You don't even get your land that you need to cast your 5th spell. I guess that happens. I'm not happy about it happening, but it happens. What's worse than one? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? I can't keep anything in my hand because I can't draw correctly. Like 3 different times, I got a 1. Let's get extremely lucky. This is not extremely lucky. I'll stick this one up here again. I want to attract another cut down. All right, we got one creature outside of cut down range. We really, really, really need cards. Unfortunately. How do you do that? How are you walking around with that card in your hand? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've never seen this card, and it's only designed to kill creatures like what I'm using. Like, I get that there's an algorithm, and I get that they're trying to give somebody a good time every game. But come on. Does that mean that, like, you're only going to play against the counters of every card that you ever bring, and it's only going to come down to the randomness of the draw? Like, that's all we're going to do is just play random, and that's what's going to dictate winners and losers? Like, what a crappy, crappy, crappy algorithm to write. So many better ways to handle what goes on inside this game. Like, matchmaking, it needs... Okay. Alright. We're going to turn attempt 5, right? We need a game where we don't get obliterated by turn 3. If we're going to play a literally controlling slow deck, and they're like, yeah, your worst enemy is this, and then they just keep throwing it at us. Here's a black card that only kills the creatures in your hands and no other creatures, and that won't work on any other deck. Like, come on. Not even fun. Why do they think that I'm equipped to deal with this? So we've only faced 2 different kinds of decks so far, and they've all been the exact same. They're all just toxic you out aggro, as if there's something in my deck that makes the algorithm think, aggro, aggro, aggro. Let's go put him against aggro. I mean, I'm not sure if I ever get a chance to play any of the deck that I want to play because of the algorithm. And that's a problem. The game should try to even the score, not force everybody to the same pinnacle meta point, right? If they force everybody to only play the cards, you know, like that survive this, then you're going to see the same deck 3, 4, 5 times, and it just doesn't become very fun. It's like the whole point of the game of Magic is to have a game that can take so many different ways, right? Like if you're playing with people in real life, nobody walks up and says, "Let me see your cards. Let me see your card." No, you two can't play against each other. Like it's just not possible. Like instead, you're always looking for ways around what you think is going to be. But like, look at these decks that are winning tournaments. They're not even. You know, it's not even possible to. Hello. It's not even possible to play these things in Arena right now because you're just like this. Like you're just slaughtered the first shot you get. We could define that. That's fine. We'll do this. Stops the Thrumming Bird, keeps life going. I wouldn't mind having a Thrumming Bird. See what he's doing, so I guess the Jace is coming out next so that we can just zero him out, keep the lockdown from continuing. Yeah, I know how counters work. Sure. And I got a better idea. It's okay. I still got better ideas. Haha! Wish it came in. Awesome. I'm scared of okay. Okay, so his own Mind Splice comes out. Good for him. Very, very good for him. Remind me again. I wish I could see this. Each player non-permanent to draw has whatever. I can't see the card. How come I can't see the card? Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their hand. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards than you. We'll just keep that, right? I think we have to do this to prevent the Mind Splice from going off. We should consider tossing this out, and it'll be like that. That's okay. We can do this to this thing, and then he can't attack. Right? You can attack. Oh. Funsies. 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why not? Double Mind Splice! That's good. Got a land. Silver Scrutiny would give me 5 cards, but I wouldn't have the mana to do it. I only have 2 mana left. I think you just toss this guy back out there. Why not, right? And we ain't scared. Let's go! Cool. What's he got? How come I can't see the number of cards he's got? Oh, it's right there. 38? 38? We'll just decline that. That's fine. Okay. Trawler Drake is really good in our proliferate world that's out there. I think we're still going to do this just because it just hamstrings him, right? And that's pretty nice. And then I think we're going to throw another one of these guys out there because we can actually do some damage. We're going to throw one of these out there because it's actually going to do something. And then I would get 6 cards if I cast the Silver Scrutiny right now. And I like that, I think. So let's do that. Target a permanent. Next. Keeping the Bank Buster and the Flow of Knowledge, dropping the land. Right? What? 38? 38 cards. Draw. It's three times, so you're at 27. And he's at 37. 36. 33. We're getting close now. If he casts 2 more, we think we got him. Because I can just dose like the thrumming bird. That's fine. Playing a long game. My turn. Decline. Okay, so we cast a dose on a creature. We cast a second dose on a creature. That puts us at 11, and he's got 33. We mill him 2-0. Nope. Done. Target mills 3 times X. We could do that. And call it a game. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it since we do. Just make life easy. We'll stick it here. Just to make sure. Click next. 3 times X. Can I do 12? There you go, buddy. Kaboom! But you had such a pretty hand. Did I really not have Gravelighter? So it's a fun. No, I did. No. Yeah, I know what they're thinking. It's a fun deck to play when it works. It just doesn't work against the aggro style that's out there today. Mono white mid-range would be our best bet. We have Esper Control. We have Esper Legends. A little bit off on the meta for Esper Legends, but still a really fun deck. Really good. We have Counter Control. I think this is a deck I built. I thought it would be fun for everything to have counters on them, but this looks a lot like the entry deck that they give you, right? With Elspeth and the Eternal Wanderer and Giada, the Hopeful Initiate, and the Inspiring Overseers. So there is a lot of similar to that deck in here. I'm surprised I didn't recognize that. Well, we can play that later. Dark Art of the Draw is kind of cool. It's a similar theory to what we just did, but I added some things at the bottom. Malcator's Watch is kind of the hero instead of the Skystrike Officer being the only one, and we got rid of the 1-mana drops. The purpose of doing something like this is we are looking to draw our way into a Gurgling Anointer, getting strong. We're using some of these guys to get strong, and in the mana base, we are doing some Mind Splice Apparatus to draw some cards to throw the right mana to cast the Atraxa at the back end. Unctus's Retrofitter works really nice with Malcator's Watch as a slightly go wide, but really strengthen the artifact. It also makes the Transmogrant's Crown a threat just by itself. If it's just 2 mana sitting on the side, and then the third, 3 mana gets cast, and suddenly this is a 4/4. It's not a flying 4/4, but it's a 4/4, and it could go with the Retrofitter, and it'll draw a lot of attention. So, I kind of like it on the watch more. Um, but what we're missing is the proliferation and everything is kind of driven around the card draw kind of piece. And what we've done is we've gotten much more artifacty on the ground, getting down and dirty. We got some removal spells. We've got some things on the card draw side that will pump, and we've got some creatures in here that allow things like the crown to kind of become a bit of a feature. Or maybe we could draw a card and discard a card unless you attack, and then we can always just attack and use him later. I do like his ultimate too, by the way. It's really hard to get to. Search your library for a blue or black card and put it in the battlefield and then shuffle. Right? So who would we put? Blue or black? Black. Just says card, right? Not creature. Oh, it does say creature card. I was going to say we could put the Mind Splice out there. Is the Mind Splice the right fit for this deck? Kind of. I mean, there's some artifact synergy right here that's going on with our artifact synergy right here. And I do like the idea of just really drawing our way with a Gurgling Anointer sitting out there, right? Like drawing our way to success, drawing our way to success. I haven't really tried it with the Atraxa yet. Let's give it a shot and see if maybe a little bit more interaction and board play is all it would take to make a Dark Art of the Draw a better answer than Teferi's Draw, right? Where Teferi's Draw is like, haha, I'm going to take every card out of your hand. That last game, it got down to 33 cards before we just milled them to death. And I was very happy with that. Okay. 2 or more, 1 damage to you. Nothing super fast here. So I think we're going to go with the slow land first. Yeah. Yeah. And then the blue or the black would give us the blue or the black. If this was blue, would be good, but unfortunately it's not. Oh, good, mono red. Yay! Probably not a great idea to throw a character out just to watch him get annihilated and burn through mana. Thinking Augury might be the right answer, and if the Augury's all we're going to do... Ha! We messed up. Your turn. This dude's all face. You do. It's all face, man. Whew. Sure. Put an Anointer out there. Okay. That's fine. What was he copying? Lightning strikes? I don't know. But he's going to need a card draw soon. Yeah, I'm okay with all that. Yeah. I don't know. Having the Mind Splice out seemed to be a cool effect. I think we're just going to toss the Children out there. Let's see if Shelly can stabilize our life total just a touch. Take it. I will take it. Aww. You had a fun deck. I should have clicked on that and seen. I got what he's trying to do, but he's a lot like me. He's trying something, and all it takes is a Shieldred to mess it all up. Let's go. Why do you have a ward? And you're a prowesser? Yeah, that's fine. Auto pay. So prowessers go up every time you cast a spell, right? It's a feature that seemed to have started around the Strixhaven kind of. They spell it out a lot more in Strixhaven. Electrostatic Infantry is also a very, very dangerous card for us to have to face. I am not a huge fan of that. Draw a card, discard a card, create a blue ninja. This creature can't be blocked. Yeah. See if attaching a crown to that is what we're going to do, or if we get a land. Because if we get a land, Shelly's coming out. Interesting. It's not the play I would have expected. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Turns out that worked. So we have 4 mana. It would take 5 to throw a Malcator's Watch and an Unctus Retrofitter out at the same time. Conversely, it only takes 4 to throw these 2 out, which don't attach this to anything, and yet I'm okay with that. What hell happened? I think I might be dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's close. Let's go. I mean, the shame of that is that if any of those cards are not exactly those cards, he doesn't win the game and I win. I mean, good on him to get lucky? I don't know. I'm highly disappointed in how this game is playing. I started a new account. I'm having a lot more fun playing on my new account because the magic in Magic is the creativity that happens with the deck building. And if you want to take all that away, then you've taken away the fun of the game. Like 100% of the fun in the game. And so, what's the point of playing this game if it's not fun? Do some damage. Rule aggro? Maybe? Let's find out. I don't know of a counter spell. I guess I know what now. I mean, there's red. Whatever. I'll take the 2 damage. Not overly concerned about it. This is frustrating. 3 retrofitters and no artifacts. I've got plenty of artifact capabilities and none. Well, hold up. I have an idea. Okay. Gonna make an army of 4/4s. While you're making your army of 2/2s. We'll see who wins. I think we're doing it again. See what you do. I'm very curious. One more land. And then I can do this. And if I don't, I think I pump the board. At least I pump the 2 artifacts with the meta tech. Damn, Gina. Did you not just cast your second spell? So the theory would be do that for sure and remove that and we'll switch to day, right? Ah, it's day. All right, we didn't get the land, unfortunately. The good news, though, is that the decision got much easier. So we go 4-5. Tell me if you've seen this before. Cool. Can we stop with the day-night bullshit? Just not. Land! I just want fucking land. This keeps happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. I've had 4. What do you do with that? Yeah. That's it. So there's just nothing I can do when everything comes up that way. What am I missing? A board wipe? I mean, that's really like all I needed was a board wipe. But if you don't happen to have one in your hand, you're not happening on winning on that turn. This keeps happening too. I just think she's the wrong card. No game is making it that far. Well, I should say that differently. No mana is getting drawn that far. You can't draw mana to save your life. Good job. Let's do this. And let's get some mana. Looks like I'm not the only one with mana problems, huh? Alright. Throw the swamp out there. Let's get the counter spell. Why do I have a Mind Splice in here? Just for 1 or 2 cards? These two gotta go. This deck could tighten up with just a little bit more fine-tuning. Gurgling Anointer is just not making it happen. Like to draw the removal spell. Out now. If I can draw a removal spell on the 4/4, I'd be very happy. It's better than on a Shelly, right? I draw 3 of them. That would be kind of neat. Let's toxic you up. So, as far as our colors are concerned, we have black and blue and green. And then whatever else we're missing, which is the white. So black, blue, green, white is done. So we just need the 3. And that's fine. And this is going to be like, oh, see, I knew it. I knew it. He's got it. And then he's going to do it. And I'm just going to throw it on him. Come on, more removal. Look, that's all you got. Removal, 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 removal. Right. Yeah, nothing shocking. Let's keep going. Haha, 2 at a time. Come on. Oh, you were close. What? You were close. Still looking for our land. Unfortunately, Atrax is not going to make it before they die. And how many did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4. It took 4. Alright, we'll do that. And we will do this. That's one of that up there. We got nothing else going on. He tried to be mean. Oh, I got mean. I have that card. Oh. Let's cancel. Oh, come on. The one time lead. Nikovic. Keep it. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that thing. Sure. Yeah. Expand the sphere. Shit. That's a little scary. My man be ramping. And proliferating nothing. Didn't I just draw my second turn? Like, why isn't it triggering? Okay, so you know how I always say, like, they always have the perfect card. I had the perfect card. Alright, let's go back to this deck and let's spice this thing up a little bit. The dark card of the draw could use some more artifact synergy that doesn't require mind splicey draw stuff. Oh yeah, and this is just not working. It's so weird how it didn't work. So half this deck just doesn't work at all. So we're gonna go with just the color blue, and we're gonna get rid of most of these lands that are clogging us up here. Kind of like it. We're boosting up our swamps. We're boosting up our islands. Do we have another Ottawa? Yeah. We have too many lands. 30! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forgot. Alright, let's go to the blue artifacts in the world. Let's take a look and see what we got. Artifact creature check. I've always liked that card. Just comes in as like a sneaky 4/4. And this would be good, except the Unctus Retro Metatech is legendary, and we only have 2 copies of her. Kind of thinking that the Skystrike officer sets off our Eye of Malkators so nicely, we never should have left you. There is a way to use these Chrome Prowlers a lot more effectively than I've ever done. Flashing them will take away some of the artifact synergy, but flashing in a 4-3 is not bad. This just isn't working either. And nothing goes that slow. Like, we just don't have time to cast it and then stick it and then attack. Like, it's just not really where we want to be. Alright. This is a bounce spell that costs 3 and creates an artifact trigger when you toss it. This is a network disruptor who is a lot easier to cast than a Chrome Prowler. And is a flyer. Are you really a flying artifact that creates tapping when it happens? Like, wait a minute, how did I miss this? Is Drown and Ichor the right answer? Either. We're holding on to this for a second, but we're going to type in destroy. We're going to go to here. We're going to go to just black. And we're going to look at instant sorceries and artifacts just to see what is going on here. And everything with the word destroy on it seems to be attached to some insane. Put an oil counter. We're not going to deal with counters. Pay life. We don't have a ton of life gain. Definitely as an artifact, it definitely makes life difficult. We would need a lot more card draw to make this work. Cityscape Levelers for a portion of the game is just not happening right now. Gix's Command. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Or put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature, and then it gains lifelink. Or each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest amount. So you would go with the 2 power and the highest one most of the time. It's kind of like a board sweeper. It's pretty good. Is it replace a network disruptor good? Destroy a non-artifact creature. I think we just lose some life and we'll be okay. We're at 24 of the landies and we're at 2.7 of the average. And Sheldred's Edict would be good to get rid of planeswalkers. Does this attack target creature? Destroy target creature. Hero's downfall is the creature or planeswalker. Seems like. I think that's a better answer. So why did we like Kaito? Fine tuning. Fine tuning. We need our answers. Dark Art of the Draw is going to happen. Okay, so what I've noticed is Blue Beatdown is kind of a unique strategy, and most people haven't figured out how to play it yet. It has a lot of dependency of what's on the board all the time. Doesn't do a lot of spell casting. I'm not so sure that my card draw spell is the right one, but it does work nice. Everything's a 3-drop. We're going to try this with the idea that we probably don't have a chance in hell at surviving long enough to make this thing work. They're thinking mono blue right now. We're thinking blue green, which means here comes the Rot Priest. What? We just played against this guy. Let's do... Okay. We're ramping, and... Okay, so we're threatening 10. He's gonna have a 2/2 come out. Each land, just any land, so he'll have a 5/5. Yeah. I kind of think getting the damage in now is the better answer. And what this is going to do is provide extra damage. Discard an Eye of Malcator, I think. We'll hold on to this. And discard that. And we'll get... Shelly is going to go real nice with this creature. Just in the turn there. See how this works out. Ah! How are we ever going to get through? He's so big. He's so powerful. He can't attack because he's getting threatened with lethal. He could do, yeah, that would work. Like a fight spell. You're green. You only have a consider. That's it. Not sure what the green-blue strat here is. Okay. Now I'm seeing it. Let's get it on. That's fine. Need another removal spell. Or we need him to get antsy and attack. Hmm. One more removal spell out of all those card draws. And I think we have 2. This would have been great, so we can use these. 4, 6, 8. Shelly would have been fine too. 10. So out of all the cards that we drew, we had 10 outs, 5 draws, didn't get a single one. I don't play against that. There's no reason to. You're not going to learn anything about your deck. You're not going to get better.